Hello everyone, welcome back to our chemistry class. So we are still in chapter 3, periodic table. So this is periodicity part H, which is the last video for this chapter. So in this video we will be looking at the acid-base character of oxides of elements in period 3. So the elements that are involved in period 3 are sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon. First and foremost, let's take a look what type of oxide will be formed by the elements in period 3. So actually, sodium and magnesium will form basic oxide, while silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine will form acidic oxide. And lastly, aluminium will form amphoteric oxides. Basically, amphoteric oxide will have both acid and base character, in which the amphoteric oxide will react with the base and also acid solution. The question is now, how does the oxide form? So actually, the oxide is formed when the element reacts with oxygen. So let's take a look at basic oxide first. So as you can see, sodium will react with oxygen to produce sodium oxide, and magnesium will react with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide. Next, for amphoteric oxide, aluminium will react with oxygen to produce aluminium oxide. For acidic oxide, as you can see, when silicon reacts with oxygen, it will form silicon dioxide, and for phosphorus, it will form phosphorus pentoxide and also phosphorus trioxide. For sulfur, when it reacts with oxygen, different mole of oxygen, it will form sulfur dioxide and also sulfur trioxide. And finally, for chlorine, when reacts with oxygen, it will form chlorine heptoxide. So this table shows the oxide that will form when the element is react with oxygen, and then the table also shows the nature of each oxide that form from the reaction. The question is now, how can we show the acid-base character of the oxides? So actually there are two ways to show the acid-base character of the oxides. The first one, we check the solubility of the oxides in water, and then we check the reaction of the oxides with acid or base solution. When the basic oxide is dissolved in water, it will form basic solution, and while acidic oxide is dissolved in water, it will form acidic solution. Okay, and furthermore, when basic oxide is react with acid, it will form salt and water, and the same thing also happen when acidic oxide is reacting with base, it also will form salt and water. This reaction is also called as neutralization. So for sodium, it is soluble in water and it will form basic solution. And when sodium oxide is react with the hydrochloric acid, it also will form salt and water. Next, for magnesium, okay, so when magnesium is dissolved in water, it will completely soluble and will form basic solution. And then when the oxides of magnesium is react with the acid hydrochloric, it also will form salt and water. So this proves that magnesium oxide is a basic oxide. Next, for aluminium oxide. So aluminium oxide is insoluble in water, but when we check the reaction of aluminium oxide with acid and also base, both of the reaction will give salt and water. So this proves that the aluminium oxide is an amphoteric oxide. Next, for silicon dioxide. So actually silicon dioxide also is insoluble in water, but when we check the reaction of silicon dioxide with the base, it will give away the product of salt and water. Meaning to say, silicon dioxide is an acidic oxide. Next, for phosphorus pentoxide and also phosphorus trioxide, when we dissolve it in water, it will form acidic solution, which is phosphorus acid and also phosphoric acid. And then when we react the phosphorus pentoxide and also phosphorus trioxide with the base solution, both of these oxides will give away the product of salt and water, in which this proves that the phosphorus pentoxide and also phosphorus trioxide is an acidic oxide. Next, for sulfur dioxide and also sulfur trioxide. So when we dissolve it in water, it will give away an acidic solution. And when the sulfur dioxide is react with the base solution, it also gives away salt and water. And this proves that the sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide is an acidic oxide. Finally, for chlorine heptoxide, when it is dissolved in water, it also will give an acidic solution, which is the hypochloric acid. And when it is reacted with a base solution, it also gives away salt and water. So we can conclude that the chlorine heptoxide is an acidic oxide. So as a conclusion, this table shows the acid-base character of oxides of elements in period 3. And you can use this table to fill in all the chemical equations that we already discussed in this video. So that's all guys for this video. So it is a very short video actually. So we already finished chapter 3, periodic table. So coming up, chapter 4, chemical bonding. Stay tuned guys.